Hola, buenas noches. Yo soy la profesora Hernández, and today we are going to see the direct object nouns and pronouns. Okay, let me share my screen so I can show you examples. The first thing that we need to know is know what is what in a sentence. What is my subject, what is my action, and what is my direct object. Okay, so whoever is performing the action, that is the subject. So in this example, María lee un libro. María is my subject. Then we have the action. In this case is lee, which is to read. And then whatever it is receiving the action directly, that is my direct object noun. In this case, the book is receiving the action directly. Okay, so María lee un libro. María is my subject, lee is the action, and un libro is my direct object noun. Okay. Then we have the second example, Pedro compra manzanas. Pedro is my subject because he is performing an action. My action is comprar, to buy, and then manzanas is receiving the action directly. So that is my direct object noun. My next example, Jorge baila una canción. Una canción, it's my direct object noun because it's receiving the action. Next example, Irene escribe un ensayo. Ensayo is an essay. So Irene is my subject, escribe is my action, and ensayo, it's my direct object noun because it's been written. That is what is receiving the action directly. Now, okay, now we go to the pronouns. A pronoun replaces a noun. Okay, so in this case, the pronouns have a gender and have a number. So if the noun they are replacing is masculine singular, we're gonna use our masculine singular pronoun. If my noun is a feminine singular, we're gonna use a feminine singular pronoun. These right here are my direct object pronouns. We have a lot, but we're gonna focus only on 4, which is lo, and we use lo if my noun, the noun that we are going to be replacing is masculine singular. We have la. We're gonna use this when the noun that we are replacing is feminine singular. We have los. We're gonna use los when the noun that we are replacing is masculine plural. And las if my noun is feminine plural. So in these examples that I have right here, María compró un maletín ayer. This is my first sentence. So I know that María is my subject because she is performing an action. Compró is the action, and un maletín, which is a briefcase, is receiving the action. So un maletín, it sounds like masculine or feminine? Masculine. Plural or singular? Singular. So if my noun is singular masculine, the pronoun that is going to replace un maletín is lo, okay? Because lo is masculine singular. Now, where do I put my pronoun? We put it right before the conjugated verb, like lo trajo a la escuela hoy. Okay, and what is the purpose of these pronouns? Well, the purpose is not to repeat the noun over and over again. So the speaker and the listener, we both know that this lo is un maletín because I talked about it before. Okay, you cannot use the pronouns if you haven't talked about the noun before. Okay, the next sentence, José canta una canción. Now, José is my subject, canta is my action, and una canción is my direct object noun. Now we're gonna continue talking about a song, but we don't want to repeat song and song again. So we need to replace the noun with a pronoun. Now una canción, it's feminine and it's singular. What is the pronoun that is feminine singular? La. Okay, we have it right here. We place it right before the conjugated verb. La escuchó en la radio. Okay, we're gonna go over just one more. Juan trajo las flores. Las flores, it's my direct object noun because it's receiving the action directly. Now, flores, it's more than one. So we cannot use la. So we're gonna use the feminine plural, which is las. Se las trajo a su mamá. Okay, we place it right before the conjugated verb. Now, the direct object pronoun not always goes before the conjugated verb. If we have two verbs together, we have two options. For example, okay. Do you guys remember that present progressive, this tense that we use with when we are doing something at the moment, like ongoing actions? That is a verb that is composed with two verbs. Estoy and leyendo, in this case, like estar and the ando yendo. We have two verbs, so we have two options with the direct object pronouns. We can place the direct object pronoun right before the conjugated verb, or we can just attach it at the end of the second verb, like together. For example, estoy leyendo el libro. I'm reading the book. If we're going to continue talking about the book, we can put it before the conjugated verb, lo estoy leyendo, or we can just attach it at the end. Estoy leyéndolo. And these two sentences mean exactly the same thing. I use lo, because libro is masculine singular, so we use lo. Now, estoy mirando la televisión. Oh, we have two verbs, so that means that we have two options. We can put my direct object pronoun right before the conjugated verb, or just attach it at the end of the second verb. Estoy mirándola. Okay. When we have in ir plus a plus infinitive, do you guys remember this construction to talk about future actions like voy a comer mañana, voy a bailar en la noche? Okay, so whenever you have that construction with two verbs, we have two options too. For example, ellos van a escribir unas postales. When we have two verbs, we have two options. We are replacing unas postales with las because postales is feminine and we have more than one. So we place it right before the conjugated verb. Ellos las van a escribir. And we have the option to just attach it at the end of the second verb. Ellos van a escribir las. Now with una película, which is singular singular feminine, we use la before the verb, or verla attached at the second verb. Now, what if we want to make it negative? Well, we just place no right before the verb. Lidia no la quiere ver. Lidia no quiere verla. Or ellos no las van a escribir. Ellos no van a escribirlas. So whenever you want to make a sentence negative, you just place a word no before the verb. Okay, no van a escribirlas, and we are using that pronouns right before the pronoun. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you guys understood everything. We're just gonna do one more example and I'll finish the video. So we have María escribe un correo. What is being written? Un correo. So that is my direct object noun. María is my subject, escribe is my action. So we have to replace un correo. Un correo, which is an email, it's masculine and singular in Spanish. And what is my direct object pronoun for masculine singular? That is lo. Okay, so un correo is replaced with lo. Where do I put my pronoun? Well, we put it right before the conjugated verb. Because we only have one verb, we only have one option, and that is before the conjugated verb. María lo escribe. Now, what if I have two verbs? Okay, it's the same sentence, but instead of one verb, we have two. Quiere and escribir. Now we replace un correo with lo. We can put it right before the conjugated verb. María lo quiere escribir. Or we can attach it at the end of the second verb. María quiere escribirlo. And we have this option because we have two verbs. Remember that. If we only have one verb, we only have one option, and that is before the conjugated verb. Okay, so I hope that you guys understood the direct object pronouns. Remember that we have many, but at this level, we're gonna focus only on lo, la, los, and las, and always place them before the conjugated verb. If we have just one verb, and if we have two, you have the option to place it before the conjugated verb or attach it at the end of the second verb. And if you wanna make it negative, you just place no before the pronoun or no before the conjugated verb. Okay, adios, chicos.